States. It's the third time the ban has gone into effect in Louisiana, and it does not have exceptions for rape or incest. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Primaries today in 5 states. Among the closely watched contests, Republican races for Michigan governor and Missouri senator. More on these stories at townhall.com.
This is staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with your regional radio forecast. Chance for scattered thunderstorms this afternoon, otherwise partly cloudy. High temperatures reach up to 90, winds out of the south, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly clear skies. Tonight, lows dip down to about 75. Cloudy skies. Tomorrow, chance for scattered thunderstorms. High temperatures reach up to 92. Hear weather twice an hour or online anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com. Currently, it's 71.
MR Systems Wireless is your local internet provider for Clinton and surrounding area. They have the products you want and the local service you deserve. MR Systems Wireless Internet service for home or business includes unlimited data, unlimited streaming, and unlimited calling. Plans start at just $48 a month and get a free Roku 4 lease with our media packages. Get the speed you need with MR Systems Wireless. Call them at 935-2100. That's 935-2100 for MR Systems Wireless.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace now offers free assembly and free delivery, so it's never been easier to get a great grill for your family, like a Weber gas grill, a Traeger wood pellet grill, or a Big Green Egg charcoal grill. Only at your neighborhood Ace. Around the block. What you need in stock. With people who know their grills.
This is Brad from Gibson Ace Hardware in Clinton, Illinois. Stop in to see us, the helpful place at 114 North Madison Street, Clinton.
See participating store for details.
Life is uncertain. Stop in and see me, State Farm Agent Jason France, on the west side of the Clinton Square, or click our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com and see how our full lineup of State Farm insurance and financial services can help protect your family.
Local farm broadcaster Jared White covers the local agriculture news you need to know. Hear his reports by downloading the free WHOW mobile app.
Now there's one web portal for local agriculture radio programming in central Illinois. IllinoisFarmRadio.com. Local farm programming streamed live and archived to hear anytime. IllinoisFarmRadio.com. Hear the morning and noon farm shows with local agriculture news and interviews. IllinoisFarmRadio.com. Plus hear all of your favorite agriculture farm shows including RFD Illinois, AgriTalk, RFD Today, and the Closing Market Report. IllinoisFarmRadio.com. It's agriculture grown locally, streamed live, and archived to hear anytime. IllinoisFarmRadio.com. A service of the Miller Media Group.
Let's swing open the farm gate together every day on WHOW. I'm Stu Ellis, your host of the long-running agriculture feature called The Farm Gate. I bring the latest news and information on where agriculture is and where it's going to WHOW Ag listeners several times a day. From tariffs to treaties, from the Board of Trade to the running board on your truck, I cover central Illinois agriculture every day on The Farm Gate. Hear it all on WHOW's many platforms, on the radio or online. Join me, Stu Ellis, for The Farm Gate.
Your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show is streaming to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in this segment of the morning show is Corey Campbell with the Warner Library in Clinton. A good day, Corey. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm just missed the weather this morning as I came into the studio, so I'm a little drier than I thought I would be, but I'm doing well. Thanks, Seth.
We're watching the rain flat line across the parking lot from the front door, so quite a time for this severe weather rolling through. But as we talk here this morning, Corey, we are on the heels of the wrap up of the Summer Reading Club, and I'll tell you what, I don't know if it's a record setter for the Summer Reading Club, but man, you really blew away the goals you had set in place when it started. Talk a little bit about how the Summer Reading Club went.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like you said, I'm not sure if it is a record. I'd have to go back and look and try to find it. Certainly, I think we had the best turnout that we've had even in the couple of years before the pandemic. I think we really managed to get people excited this year. Yeah. Our goal was just to have 500 people sign up, and even within just a couple days of the beginning of this June when we began, we had already surpassed what we were at last year.
No kidding.
So we ended up with 644 people participating.
Wow.
So we kind of reached that goal really early and then blew right past it and had a really awesome summer.
That's great. Very good. So well exceeding that 500 threshold that you put in place. Why do you think Summer Reading Club was so successful? Why was it so popular this year? Did you do anything different? What brought that interest to the library this summer?
I could think of a few things that I think probably helped. For one, this is the first year, I think in the last 3 years, that we were able to both do a full-on fun summer reading program that we could do just about everything in person, and being able to get out into the schools. So this was my first time that I was really able to go and talk to all of the students at every school from Douglas and Lincoln all the way up to the Clinton Junior High.
Yeah.
That
made a big difference getting in the schools then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We had a great turnout from kids and teens this year. And I think that being able to go in there and say, we've got all of these awesome programs, we've got all of these incredible prizes, and being able to drum up excitement instead of just awareness.
Yeah.
So I think those kind of went hand in hand as well.
Well, and I think when you do that, you get the kids going home and saying, Mom, the guy from the library was in today and he told us about, this summer we're going to get prizes and this and that, and we've got to go sign up. And when the kids come home with that message, I think it resonates more than just, well, here's a flyer, and maybe that flyer doesn't even make it home sometimes. I'm sure there's a lot of kids that lose it along the way between, leaving school and getting home. So that excitement, internally from the kids, I'm sure makes a big difference.
Yeah, I think it's kind of been like being a local celebrity for the summer. I think at least once or twice a week at the very minimum, I've had a kid or two come up to me and say, hey, I know you came to my school.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
So I think the message from that was loud and clear that definitely worked and helped get more people in the library that maybe wouldn't have been normally.
Sure. Well, talk to me a little bit, Corey. You mentioned also having a full summer of activities and things going on at the library probably drew folks in. What were those activities? What things did you have going on that kids really enjoyed?
Oh, wow. Well, we had tons of ocean-themed programs because our theme this year was Oceans of Possibilities. So we did things like create sugar scrubs to help keep your skin moisturized for the teens throughout the summer. We had pirate programs where you could come in and make a pirate hat or make a treasure map to go on an expedition or a voyage. And we had a really fabulous turnout for our adult partnership with the DeWitt County Museum, where we hosted speakers all throughout the month of June that related and tied into their exhibit for the Prairie Flyers.
Right, yeah.
And we had an amazing turnout for those. And so I think it really helped to get people in the building this summer. And that was just kind of just a little snippet of what we had going on.
Yeah.
We had a hugely busy summer.
Yeah. And this was probably for you the first really normal summer reading club you've been able to put together. Is that an accurate statement?
I think so. Last year we were so unsure and things were still so up in the air that it was hard to plan ahead for whatever normal was going to look like for the summer program. And, I think we made the best out of what we had and what we could. And we had a fabulous year last year. But it's been a whole different beast this year. It's been so much busier because we've had so many more people who have felt comfortable and safe coming to the library, who were made aware that the library was open and that they could come in and do these programs or check out items from our collections.
Right.
So it's been a really exhausting but exhilarating summer.
Sure. Corey Campbell again with Warner Library, our guest in studio here for this morning. Talk to me a little bit, Corey, about the adult side of things. How did the adult summer reading club go? And, what did you find for engagement with the adults and those sorts of things?
Sure. Well, you know, I think we kind of lump our teens and adults in together when it comes to summer reading. We've got our 3 different groups. We've got 2 for the kiddos and then 1 for all the older readers. And I think when you look at our registration numbers, usually between the 2 kids groups and the adult and teen group, that registration is about 50-50.
Is it really?
You see a lot more adults and teens coming to participate than you might think that you would. And we certainly had the most teens that we've ever had participating in summer reading this year.
Cool.
But the turnout from them has been just amazing. And I think, you know, I'll chalk that up to us having some really great prizes, to us having a better pulse on kind of how to get the word out right now. And I think Marie Maltby, our adult programs coordinator, did a fabulous job reaching out and partnering with a lot of local businesses that I'm sure helped get some of the word out and got people excited for you know, what we were able to accomplish.
Yeah. And I would, and maybe this is totally off base to say, excuse me, but I would venture a guess, you know, you've got, when you're talking about engaging that older demographic, you know, the teens and adults and the established readers of our community, you know, I would venture a guess that their presence at the library is probably more regular than the children, just because of, you know, parent schedules and, you know, all of that. You know, an adult can just swing on in, you know, they're checking out a book, they see summer reading club is coming up, so they get signed up for it. Does that make sense?
Sure. And I think kind of to the point that you're making too, we have a really fabulous staff at the library who, when they see someone coming in and checking out a book in the summertime, will say, "Hey, are you signed up for the summer reading?" And I think that, you know, there's still kind of a perception that we're fighting against, that summer reading is just for kids. So I think that the great advocacy that we can do with our adults and teens in the building and outside of the building is helping people just be more aware that they can participate too, and that we have all these great things that we can offer.
Sure.
And I think that it's so many steps to ensuring the success of the adult side of things.
Well, and you know, to kind of piggyback off what you just said, I think, you know, the fact that you've got almost a 50-50 split of, you know, kids versus adults tells me that, you know, the adults and the teens want to be a part of this, and they want, you know, they're obviously participating, made aware of it. So I think that advocacy that you're speaking of is going a long way for sure. What are you, Corey, you know, as like we mentioned, kind of more of a normal year, you know, you didn't have the uncertainty of summer reading club. What can we do? What won't we be able to do? Those sorts of things. What did you take away as the kind of coordinator of this program? What did you take away? What are you going to do next year? What did you say? What did you come away with that? Maybe this didn't work, but if we tweak it a little bit, maybe it could be better. How about some of that?
Sure. We actually have a survey out right now that is asking all of the people who signed up for summer reading and gave us an email. We're asking them what we can do better. We're asking them what they liked, what they didn't like. And I think we're still kind of putting that together. So we're already looking forward to next year and figuring out what we can do better and what we can improve upon that worked really well this year. So I'm not quite ready to dive into that yet, just because we're still kind of waiting to see what folks are going to respond with.
I see.
And that's really the heart of how we make summer reading excellent is we had a great program last year, and that survey at the end of the summer really helped us focus on what our patrons really liked and how to improve things that didn't quite work for people.
That's cool. Awesome.
So we streamlined a lot of things this year based on that.
I see
feedback.
Yeah, that's great. Do you mind just real quick kind of highlighting what you heard last year that you put into place this year?
Sure. Well, going back to our prizes again, a big thing that we heard last year was, especially from the adults and teens, and also from the kiddos, was from the kids we heard, well, we don't have quite as many prizes, and that doesn't seem fair. And we heard from adults and teens that when they were filling out these raffle tickets with their information, that there was just too much information on there that they had to fill out, and that it was burdensome on them for the time that it took to fill these tickets out for as much reading as they were doing.
I see. Gotcha.
So this year, we made everyone able to get any of the 22 prizes that we had available to help with those kiddos and those adults who thought, well, that's not fair. I get more than this. So we went from 7 grand prizes last year to 22 this year.
That's cool.
And then those raffle tickets were also more standardized and had a lot less information that you had to fill out.
Yeah.
So we really do listen to that feedback, and hope that whoever participates in that survey will give us the most honest feedback they can.
Yeah, well, and obviously you take it to heart and make the adjustments accordingly. So
yeah,
if are those surveys emailed out, if participants haven't seen that, Corey, how do they access that survey so they can offer their feedback?
Sure. So when you sign up for summer reading, we do ask for an email. That is automatically going to be emailed out to you. That survey did go out, I believe, at the end of last week. If you keep an eye on social media, I believe it's going to pop up on Facebook at least once this week. And then if anyone who's participating in summer reading didn't get the survey, they can give us a call, and we're more than happy to make sure that they get the link to fill that out. We just ask that they are a summer reading participant.
All right, very good. Well, Corey, I'll tell you what, let's take a time out here. Congratulations on a great summer of a summer reading club, and we'll talk more on the other side of a break. Again, Corey Campbell with the Warner Library, our guest in studio for the morning. More to come on The Morning Show.
WHOW.
Here at Love It Once More Thrift Store in Clinton, we're putting out our fall decor and our cooler weather clothes just in time for school. This is Connie reminding you to bring us your donations and to check out our Facebook page or DeWittDailyNews.com for our weekly sales.
This is Ryan Utterback with Utterback Real Estate. Don't get burned.
No worries. I have my SPF 1000.
It's time to list your house with us while the market's still hot.
Like Pekin wrapped jalapenos.
And that's why you're the other Ryan.
List your house today by clicking the Utterback Real Estate icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Hi, this is Len Casper, new voice of the Chicago White Sox, reminding you this is where the Sox play. WHOW AM and FM.
Brought to you by Enel Green Power's Alta Farms Wind Project, Baum Chevy Buick, Clinton Athletic Boosters, Clinton Community YMCA, Covenant Animal Clinic, Liberty Village, Midstate Eye, Nan Krang with Remax Choice, your 217 home team, Warner Hospital and Health Services, and ServPro of Piatt, DeWitt counties.
Hey, this is Todd Gleason from Illinois Extension here with a time change for our daily market report on WHOW. You can now catch our daily review of the commodity markets at 5:06 on all of WHOW's many platforms. You'll still hear all of our commodity analysts and weather professionals each afternoon, but at a brand new time. And you'll still hear the weekly wrap-up of the commodity markets right here on WHOW when Commodity Week airs Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. Remember the time change for the daily closing market report on WHOW at our new time, 5:06 p.m. weekdays.
DeWitt County's #1 source for local news is on the air and online 24 hours a day. The latest local news stories are heard every hour on Central Illinois' news station, the Big 1520 AM and 92.3 FM WHOW. Stream live at DeWittDailyNews.com. They're also heard every hour on the station that's your easy choice, 95.9 FM WEZC. And to read the latest local news on your electronic device, including tablets, iPhones, and smartphones, go to DeWittDailyNews.com. DeWitt County's #1 source for local news is on the air, online, 24 hours a day.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence, and the WHOW Morning Show is streaming to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Corey Campbell with the Warner Library is our guest in studio. Corey, as we talk about the month of August on the children's floor, just give us some reminders. I know we were catching up before we got started. Things really kind of slowed down for you. You can catch your breath a little bit from
Right.
Summer Reading Club. What does the month of August hold on the children's floor?
Sure. Well, we still have lots of great programs happening, but the biggest change is that we are taking the month of August off from story times. So I know we've told all of our regulars at the end of July, but it doesn't hurt to get the message out there that we will return in September, but there are no story times that are regularly scheduled for the month of August.
Do you find story time is more attended, less attended than like, say, during the school year? What do you find for attendance on that?
You know, we have an amazing group of people that come out for story times on Wednesdays and Friday mornings. There was one week that we jumped from having an average of like 7 to 10 people come into a story time to having an average of 25 people coming to story time, and it never really slowed down. So we're blessed with an amazing group of people that come out every week and really enjoy things. So we're bummed that we won't be able to see them quite as often for this month, but we're super excited to welcome them back.
So pick up right after the start of September, it sounds like.
Yep, and the information about specifics for Storytime return will of course be posted on our social media and our website. So keep an eye out if you're anxious to get back for Storytime.
Very good. So we'll look forward to that. Corey, let's talk a little bit about a grant that the library is excited to announce. I know that the Illinois Prairie Community Foundation, very active in supporting groups in the community. The library, one of those. Tell us about this grant you've received.
Yes. So like you said, the Illinois Prairie Community Foundation has funded a grant for the library to have a library laptop that's available for patrons to check out. It is available just for use in the building, but that means that you can use it at any of our tables, or if you need it for a meeting or a presentation that you're doing within the library building, whether that's at one of our tables, like I said, or in our study rooms.
Okay.
So you can check it out for any kind of use within the building. We just will need that to be for people age 16 and over. And they'll need a current photo ID to be able to take it out. And then you can also reserve it in advance. So if you know that you're coming to the library and you'll need it at a certain time, you can come in or give us a call and let us know ahead of time that you'd like to put a hold on that.
Okay.
You can only use it for up to 4 hours a day, but that's about half the time that we're open. So I would hope that that's plenty of time for anyone to be able to use it. You can also reserve ahead of time if you know you're going to need the laptop and a private space to use it.
Okay.
Those study rooms are available to reserve in advance as well.
Sure.
So we usually schedule out at least a month or so.
Okay.
So it shouldn't be too terribly difficult for someone to get the space and the equipment they need to get whatever they need to get done.
Yeah. So what are folks using it for, or what do you hope they use it for? Is there any specifics there?
Sure. Well, the idea I think is that we can help people use it for if they need to have a Zoom meeting, or I know that virtual meetings are really kind of the way of the world right now.
They really are. Yeah.
But we also have seen people who need a computer that they can use for online job interviews or webinars or online classes that our normal public access computers just aren't quite equipped for because they're sitting out in the open or they don't have webcams. So we're really excited to be able to help people meet those needs that we haven't quite been able to accomplish yet.
Yeah, that'll be great. So again, how do folks learn more about that service?
Sure. Well, they can give us a call at 217-935-5174. They can give us a visit at 310 North Quincy Street in Clinton, or they can visit our social media and get in touch with us through the messaging services there. We're always more than happy to give you more information about the programs and equipment that we have available for use.
Fantastic. Tell us about some tech services expanding as well, Corey. What's going on there?
Sure. Well, I mentioned that you can reserve the library laptop and study room. Well, we also have tech appointments available now. So if you need some one-on-one help for some of those things that are just proven to be a little too difficult, we all know how computers can be. We have an awesome tech guru at the library named Eric, who for a couple days a week will have some time in his schedule that he can schedule for a tech appointment help. Okay. So if you want to give us a call, we can let you know when specifically those times are. And when he's available, and we'll get you in.
Yeah, I know he's terrific with that stuff and has always been a great resource for, folks that need that tech help in the community. I know he's done things like this in the past. So check out the library for that. About a minute left with you, Corey. If you don't mind, highlights what's on your calendar, what's coming up.
Sure. We've got a lot of really great programs coming up this month. We've got some more Dungeons and Dragons for the teens. This Thursday, we actually have a program from the Conservation Society that's coming in with snakes and turtles. We still have some spots available for that 3:30 slot. And then we've got Master Gardeners coming in for a help desk. We've got some safari binoculars that you can make for the kiddos. And Ameren Storm Preparedness coming up on the 11th. So for more information on those, give us a call. Visit us at 310 North Quincy Street, or find all that information on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest.
Corey, I'll tell you what, you're a pro at this now. You didn't even need cued on how to get all that information. We appreciate you making time for us. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me.
Corey Campbell with the Warner Library in Clinton, our guest. Network news on the way.
WHOW.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. They have taken a while, but the U.S. has taken out one of the key plotters of some of the world's deadliest terror attacks, including the 9/11 attacks. Assassination of a terrorist leader killed by a precision drone strike over the weekend in Afghanistan. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is continuing her Asia visit, and she is expected to make a stop in Taiwan, much to the dismay of Communist China, which has been ramping up its military presence in the Taiwan Strait and elsewhere in the South China Sea. The death toll in the flooding in eastern Kentucky has risen to 37. The bodies of victims continue to be recovered. Hundreds of people still are unaccounted for. Stocks deep in the red on Wall Street. They're sharply lower. More details at srnnews.com.
Charlie Dombeck here from Keys.
From the newsroom of regional radio and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Seth Lawrence with this local news update. The Warner Hospital Foundation is announcing its first annual golf outing to take place this September. Board Director Kurt Homan on the WHOW Morning Show Monday told regional radio it's a lot of work up front to establish the event, but hopes as it becomes an annual event, it will grow in popularity.
So we have our first, what we hope to be annual, and I'm sure it will be, our first annual golf outing. That will be here at the Clinton Country Club, and it is, believe it or not, coming up already on September 9th, Friday, September 9th. Really looks to be a good event, and we should still have some fantastic weather, of course, and should be fun. Any new event that's kicked off, I guess, is that first year is there's just an immense amount of work getting things lined up and set and ready to go. It seems in following years that becomes easier and easier. So we've had two new events this year, and that's a good thing because that's just going to help us down the road. In terms of the event itself, it's a 9-hole course, so we're going to be limited on teams. We want it to be a laid back, fun day. We'll do the fun games that are out there as well, the closest to the pin, maybe the hole in one,
right? Longest drive,
those types of things. Obviously, web mulligans available and those types of things, but lunch, food, people can buy drinks at the course, and it ought to be a good day.
Homan will be pursuing sponsorships for the outing set for Friday, September 9th. Now is the time to start getting registered. The Warner Hospital Foundation will be the latest to introduce a golf outing among a host of local groups that offer such an event throughout the nice weather of the summer. Homan says while you might think adding another outing to the lineup would oversaturate the demand, he says golf outings are usually very successful for a number of reasons.
Yes, so I've had that conversation many times, off camera or off radio, but I agree with that statement. However, that being said, golf outings, people continue to have golf outings because they're generally effective. People participate in that way. It's a good way for a business to support something and almost then reward a group of employees too with kind of a fun day off. So they are effective. That being said, Globe Bingo is probably a different demographic. Ways to give, we want to tap into or get in touch with every demographic that wants to support the hospital, clearly. So golf outings, yes, I've talked about that over the years, in different places, and maybe we should replace golf outing with something else, but they generally are effective and people tend to like them.
And again, the golf outing is scheduled for Friday, September 9th at the Clinton Country Club. Get news anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
This is staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with your regional radio forecast. Chance for scattered thunderstorms this afternoon, otherwise partly cloudy. High temperatures reach up to 90, winds out of the south, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly clear skies. Tonight, lows dip down to about